Good morning, Armor Insiders. Welcome to the morning meeting of our virtual hedge fund. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I was just enjoying the ride from our week last week. It looks like the silver squeeze is on. They tried to whack it Sunday night, immediately turned around, took off, went above 34. Silver's up about another 1% right now, a little over 1. So, we're going to talk about day trade, swing trade, invest. We're going to go over the risk monitor real quick. We're in day 27 of the most recent run from our risk monitor green on September 12th. So let's talk about how to manage that risk. Highlighted stocks of the day, highlighted group of the day. It's got to be precious metals. So we'll go over that, but it's also going to be some commodities that I want to elevate from maybe what would be the bottom of my whiteboard. They're starting to work their way up the leaderboard. So we'll talk about some of those targets where we may see ourselves shifting some capital over the next couple of days and weeks. So before we dive into it, don't forget virtual hedge fund. You've got your capital. That's your tranche of capital at our hedge fund. I've got mine. We're all working together, pulling on the same oar, sharing information. And at the end of the day, you have to figure out what your risk tolerance, your goal is, and you got to be the smart money. Highlighted sector of the day is commodity, led by precious metal, led by silver, which may be entering the long waited for silver squeeze. Let's take a quick look at our quad screen of precious metals. That was a huge week for us last week. I'm going to share with you in a minute 3 stocks that I think are set up big catch-up trades for 3 distinct reasons. I'm going to go over that in a minute. 3 stocks for you. In other words, what I'm saying is I think these stocks can still be bought, even though we're seeing commodities and particularly gold and silver blow out. Okay. So we already have our physical gold position on. That's easy. We've owned it for a long time. We're making a lot of money there. We already have our physical silver position on. We've been trading it all the way up. But I told you last time when I bought it in this green box, I'm not going to get shaken out of it this time. I'm going to handle silver like I'm handling gold now. Weekly stops on physical silver. So when it shook out for a couple of days, didn't bother us. We sat tight, reversed, blew out by the end of last week. Okay. We are trading. We're going to swing trade the mining stocks. Got back on GDX, actually Nugget, which is double the performance GDX here, had a huge week last week. Okay. Silver ETF, the juniors, trading it all the way up. Got it back on that last green box, had a huge end of the week. Silver's up another 1.5% coming into today. Now, you all know me. I don't like talking about precious metals when they gap up, particularly not on a Monday morning. But we got to talk about them because the week last week was enormous. And I'm going to give you 3 stocks to put at the top of your whiteboard. And if you see an opportunity and it's right for you and you figure out your risk tolerance, your goals, and all that kind of stuff. And this is not investment advice. Okay. This is what I'm doing personally. These are 3 stocks that can still be bought. Okay. Coeur d'Alene's the first. And we added Coeur d'Alene Friday to the portfolio. I have it off the record. I'll probably elevate that to the special situations fund, meaning I really own more than what would be denoted by off the record. I ended up putting this throughout the entire capital structure for me on Friday. Okay. So Coeur d'Alene stock is only down because they made the acquisition of SILV. Okay. You can see MAG is already blowing out to new highs. I think Coeur d'Alene will be at new highs shortly. And so we loaded up on Coeur d'Alene on Friday. Franco-Nevada. The next 2 ideas are pretty interesting. Franco-Nevada and Pan American Silver are 2 institutional favorites in past cycles that have gone through issues in the last 12 to 24 months with different properties in South America that have been shut down for various reasons. Probably someone's not getting paid off the way they should, whatever. But the Silver Fox wrote a very interesting and detailed discussion about Pan American, and I shared it with you in the captain's log this morning. Here's Pan American, okay? In fact, take a look at the weekly chart of Pan American, right? This is just beginning to move. Pan American's just beginning. 40 at the very least. I mean, it just started right now. So both of these situations, Pan American and Franco-Nevada, we believe on this desk, our research department, that these stocks are depressed for short-term reasons that will be resolved as the price of silver and gold go through the roof. We think, this is our opinion, we could be wrong, but we think all the bad news is priced in. And so there's a lot of upside to any good news that pops out. We think these stocks can catch up with the rest of the group just because they're due, and the bad news is priced and everyone knows it, and they're due to catch up. And if they resolve any of their issues, money helps resolve a lot of issues. When the price of the metal goes through the roof, everybody wants a piece of that money. Issues get resolved. We wake up one morning, some issues are resolved. These two stocks can go berserk. I thoroughly expect a strong Monday morning to be challenged in precious metals. If they're not, that will be further proof that the silver short squeeze is happening now. I already own a lot of the metals. You probably own a lot of the metals. We don't need any more. I'm just giving you 3 ideas that I might, well, 2 we already added, might make them a little bit bigger, and Pan American I might add, just for the fun of it around the edges, right? Because we already have a huge exposure. If they don't come down today, that's a sign that the squeeze is on. But statistically speaking, metals gapping up Monday morning are a disaster. So be careful whatever you do, all right? So we'll do that at 9:30. Armor Report subscribers, you're on your own now. You can always throw a question in the comment section here. I'll try to answer it during the day. And anyone else, all of you, if you're managing your own capital and you're trying to figure out how do I use this information to improve what I'm doing, and you want more one-on-one, I'm here for you. Pick up the phone, 561-575-6832. I'm happy to chat. All right, everybody have a wonderful trading session. And please remember, at the end of the day, no matter what I've said or what you hear around you, you got to figure out your strategy. What's your risk tolerance? What are your goals? Execute that and be the smart one.